kids, good morning. Today we will start a new chapter. This chapter I have already discussed with you. It is speed, distance and time, and now I am making one video on that so that you can revise this chapter. If you forget any formula, if you forget anything, then you can easily see this video and you will reconnect with that chapter again. So first of all, I want to clear what is the difference between speed and velocity, because there is two terms, speed and velocity, and most of the students are confused in this. Sir, we are calculating speed, not velocity. Actually both the terms, they are similar in mathematical point of view, but in logically they are different. How they are different? Suppose, let me take you one example. If I am saying that I am traveling at the speed of 60 km per hour, this is one statement, and the another statement is if I am traveling at a speed of 60 km per hour in the north direction. Now the direction is given because I am traveling in the north direction, but in the first case there is no direction, nothing is given. I am traveling at a speed of 60 km, but where, in which direction? This is not clear. So if the direction is given, then velocity is there. When there is no direction, then speed is there. So velocity, so when anything which have direction, that is called vector quantity. Vector quantity. So velocity is a vector quantity because it contains the direction also, and this is scalar quantity because it has no direction. No direction. So in mathematics we will calculate the speed. In physics we will deal with velocity. So this is the difference between velocity and speed. But now we are dealing with speed. How we will calculate the speed, and then some formula. When speed is given, then how to calculate the distance. When the speed is given, then how to calculate the time. So first of all, let me take you how to calculate speed. Now chapter is speed, distance and time. Speed, distance and time. This is the chapter. Now this chapter is common in class 5th and 6th. So I am sending this video for class 5th and 6th both. You can use even the class 5th and the 6th. All the students will use this video for your reference. Now first of all, how to find the speed? Speed is distance traveled by the car, distance traveled by the scooter, distance traveled by the train, distance covered by the aeroplane. Now, and the time taken to cover that distance. Okay? Suppose a train covers 500 km in 3 hours. So 500 is the distance and 3 is the time. 3 hours is the time. So distance covered by any vehicle, even us also, how much distance we will cover in how much time. That is, distance divided by time is speed. This is the first formula. Now if distance is given in kilometer and time in meter, suppose let me take you distance as d and time as t, then speed is equal to distance divided by time. Now if distance, time and speed, how to fix their unit? Suppose distance is in kilometer, time is in hour, then the unit is kilometer per hour. If the distance is in meter and it is in seconds, then the unit is meter per second. So remember always, kilometer is linked with hours. So if distance is given in kilometers, time is given in hours, then you can find the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. If it is in meter and time is in second, then meter per second. Suppose distance is given in kilometer and time is given in meter or seconds, then you can convert it into hours, or either convert the distance in meter. How you will convert? What is the relation between all these things? So we know that kilo is already represent 1000. 1 kilometer, 1 kilo, it means 1000 meter, and 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or 60 into 60, that is 3600 seconds, because 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds also. So you can convert either hour into seconds or seconds into hour by dividing 3600, or kilometer into meter by multiplying 1000, or meter into kilometer. If you want to convert 1 meter, then it is 1 upon 1000 kilometer, 1 upon 1000 kilometer. So in this way you can convert the units. Now, so you have got one formula, that is speed. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. I am taking speed as S. This is first formula. Second is, suppose speed is given, time is given, and you are finding the distance. So then make it cross multiply. Distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Speed multiplied by time. And the third is, if speed is given, distance is given, and you are asked to find the time, then time t is equal to distance divided by speed. Distance covered divided by speed of the vehicle or anything. Now these are the three formulas which we will use in this chapter: speed, distance upon time, distance, speed into time, and time, distance upon speed. These are the three formulas which we used in calculation. Now, sometimes there are so many questions which are used to find, which are used to calculate or convert the speed in different unit. Suppose speed is given in kilometer per hour. What does it mean, kilometer per hour? Actually it is 1 kilometer in 1 hour. When we say that per means 1. So 1 kilometer, if we want to convert this speed in meter per second, then 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, and 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. 3600 seconds. 20 cancelled. Now it is 10 upon 36 meter and seconds. 2 5 ja, 2 1 ja, 2 8 ja. That is 5 by 18 meter per second. So if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, then multiply the speed by 5 by 18. And if the reverse process is there, then 18 by 5. So this is how I have derived how to convert the kilometer in meter per second. But you can remember only that if you want to convert the speed given in kilometer per hour, suppose speed is given in kilometer per hour, kilometer per hour, and if you want to convert in meter per second, if you want to convert this speed in meter per second, then what to do? Multiplied by 5 by 18. Multiplied by 5 by 18. If speed is given in meter per second and you are asked to convert in kilometer per hour, then multiplied by 18 upon 5. Reverse. But always remember this, because kilometer per hour is the bigger unit and you are converting the bigger unit into a smaller unit. So when anything is reduced, then denominator must be large. This is the point to remember. If you want to convert the speed kilometer per hour in meter per second, then 18 must be in the denominator. If you want to convert meter per second, now meter per second is a smaller unit and this is the kilometer is the bigger unit. So then it means the denominator must be small. So it is 5 here. These are the 2 points in which you can distinguish these two things. Always remember 18 comes in the denominator when speed is converted from kilometer per hour to meter per second, and 5 is always in the denominator when speed is converted into meter per second to kilometer per hour. So these, remember, these two formulas are very important. There are so many questions in your book based on these two factors, conversion only, how to convert the units. Now, one more thing is given, average speed. Average speed. There are also so many questions on this topic also. What is the average speed? This is the total distance traveled, total distance traveled, total time taken. How this total distance, what is the meaning of total distance and the distance word used in the previous formula, what is the difference? How to, what is the logic of this average speed? Where it is used? Suppose I am planning to travel from Gorakhpur to Lucknow. Then this is not necessary that I am starting from here and then end my journey at the Lucknow only. But we have taken so many rest in between the journey when the journey is too long. Suppose I have started my journey from point A and at point B I have taken some rest of half an hour. Then again I have started my journey from point B and to the point C. Then again I have taken some rest of 5 or 10 minutes. Then again I have started my journey from point C to the point D. Now from A to D I have break my journey at 2 different points. So this is not the continuous journey. It means whatever the total time is taken, that is not the actual time, because I have taken some time for rest also. So this is the, suppose my first distance, this is my second distance, this is my third distance, and the time from this A to B is T1, from B to C is T2, and this is T3. Then average speed is equal to total distance. What is the total distance? Total distance is D1, D2, D3. This is the total distance, D1, D2, D3. And what is the total time? T1, T2 and T3. And this time is the time of traveling, not the time which I have taken for the rest. That time is not included. Only I want to take that time in which I am traveling. So D1 distance I have covered with T1 time, D2 distance I have covered with T2 time, and D3 distance I have covered with T3 time. So first we will add, that is called the total distance or actual distance, and the total time or actual time, in which, and now in this, the time of rest, the time of filling the petrol, whatever the time we have taken which is not included in my journey, that will be excluded. So average speed is also very important. In this you have to use this formula, how to find the average speed. Now sometimes in finding the average speed, distance is not clearly given, some speed is given. So first you have to find the distance, total distance. Don't use, actually most of the students are confused that average means sum of all the speeds divided by the number of speeds. No, that is not the formula of finding the average speed. So kids, you can use these formulas. So I am again writing all the formulas for your reference. First is speed, that is distance traveled and the time taken. This is the first formula. second is distance, that is the speed multiplied by the time, and the third is time, that is distance divided by speed, distance divided by speed, and the fourth is average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time or actual time taken to cover that distance. So this is the total distance, actual distance. In that we will not take that time which we have taken for the rest, and we are not taking that time also which we spend on resting in the middle of the journey. So these are the 4 formulas you can use in calculation, and some of the questions we will discuss in the next part. Thank you, kids.